So are you satisfied now that INEC has made it open? Let me get that from you.
Well, no, the fact that they have made the Situation Room open to international observers and local observers,
yes,
we're okay with that particular decision.
You're okay with that party, in spite of the fact that she's still going to be there?
No, she's not going to be there. They said she's not going to participate in the Situation Room now.
Okay.
That's what they said, and I want to believe that they are being honest with their decision, you know, to keep her out of it and make Situation Room open for people. Because we are not saying she's going to be the one that will be writing results or compiling results. We are saying that our next chairman is constitutionally empowered to be announcing the figures. But the process of compiling the figures and collecting the figures can be subject to manipulations.
Is that the only problem you had with INEC?
No, well, we have already also raised other concerns, which has to do with even the voting itself. Instead of accreditation and voting, we said we would prefer that you accredit, that you allow it some time before you vote. But they are insisting that they want to do accreditation and voting, because we are of the opinion that if you accredit, and in a particular polling unit you have about 300 persons, for example, and you accredited them at the space of time, then when accreditation closes, you know that you have 300 persons. Then by the time you vote, the outcome of results in that polling unit must not be more than 300. But where you have scenarios of people accrediting and voting at the same time simultaneously, there's a tendency that somebody may even go to another polling unit to go and try to manipulate the process.
Let me quickly welcome my second guest now, Mr. Jasper Azotalam. I'm sorry I did not get the right designation.
Professor Medinat.
My sincere apologies. You are Professor Medinat. You're welcome to Sunrise Daily.
Thank you so much.
And I perceive that you're a member of the APC, are you?
Quite right.
Now let us get this straight. Let's first of all take your reaction to this, that the opposition is pitting the international community against INEC and the police. That is what the federal government is saying. Do you think that they should be raising this type of alarm?
I think during my last appearance on your channels, I made mention of the opposition. They are so busy, too busy, raising allegations. They fail to even sell their manifestos to the electorate. What they are doing is raising alarm, one alarm to the other. This is what just happened in 2015, where the PDP as a ruling party was busy raising allegations, running the commentaries against personalities, and this is the same thing that is happening. If you look at the laws, it's conspicuous what the law says about the role of INEC. The INEC, they have powers to fix the election and the mood of the election. That is what the Constitution says. The same thing with the Electoral Act, Section 25, to be precise. That is what the Electoral Act says. So I don't think that there is any problem with the process of the election. If there is anything that violates the law, you know where to go and seek remedy. That is, you go to court. That is it. So we're just somehow maybe trying to hit the politics, trying to create some kind of issues. I just heard what Kazim says, that he's satisfied with the Situation Room, and the Situation Room is open now.
Satisfied with the fact that Situation Room, INEC says international observers and monitors will be allowed into the Situation Room.
That is it. So I think you are satisfied with one aspect of the election. And since that it's just like in the game of football. You don't tell the referee how you want the referee to officiate the match. The referee decides how the match will be officiated. You don't tell him everything you want. It is not going to be a good game when you just say that, this is how I want it to be. So basically, if you look at it, let's just have a peaceful election, free, fair, and credible election. The last election that were held in Anambra, in Edo, Ekiti, up till now is just mere allegations. They have not come up with palpable evidence that this is where INEC compromised, or the security they are saying they compromised.
You know, in 2015, I mean, just before you came in, Mr. Afebwa was observing the fact that APC also raised this alarm when they were in opposition in 2015, that they also called the attention of the international community. Now the PDP is wondering, why is the APC scared? Or why is the federal government scared now that they are going to, or might be doing the same thing?
I think that time and this time, if you look at it, is very clear. That time, if you look at what PDP did, even the APC headquarters, where they have their data, they went and raided that place, and I think even Channel shows what happened at that time. And if you look at the intimidations, and now they have gone around doing their campaign. You look at what happened in 2014 in Ekiti State. The governor was not even allowed, Fahimi was not allowed to campaign. So the build up to this election, there wasn't any intimidation. And I don't think they were just trying to create an alibi. Maybe they are planning to rig. So they are known for that. Senator Mantu, I commend him. He came out on your program. He said it, that this is the tactics they use to rig election. And I think because of that, because they are used to that, that's why they are scared. That's why they are raising this alarm. They have other motives, maybe, to rig the election. That's why they are making this kind of
we have to be very careful, because this Mr. Afebwa was a member of your party up until recently. So we found out that members of the PDP are in APC, members of the APC are now in PDP, and it would seem that when you make these accusations, you could also be making the accusations against your
now
own
he's in the PDP. He has to dance to the PDP's tune.
No,
so
not dancing to the tune. The analogy of a referee officiating a match does not hold water, because the referee cannot develop rules and regulations from his own whims and caprices. No, he has to lay the rules and regulations to operate or officiate a match and ensure that he does that to the best of his ability and the conviction of those who are participating in the football match.
Let me quickly take it. Let me quickly.
He has to suffer the punishment for coming late. So don't take him on like that.
Let me quickly let me take him on this. Your own observation and what INEC has said in its guidelines, that elections, voting is going to take place simultaneously with accreditation. Are you satisfied, or do you think that
I think we discussed this issue in the last election? Yes. If you look at the percentage of people that accredited and they didn't come back to vote, and I think that is, election is about participation. And if you look at in the other, maybe in the interlands, people might not come back because of the distance between the polling units and their residents. And this thing was tested in previous elections that were held in almost 5 elections. PDP did not raise any alarm. It's now that we are going into a general election, a national election, that PDP is raising this kind of alarm. If PDP is serious about participation in democracy, they welcome this idea, where the voters will be allowed to go after accreditation, they go and vote. What is the problem about that? There is no problem about that. You have your agent. So now tell me, why are they not happy about the system? Let them tell Nigerians why they are not happy about it. The voters are happy because participation has increased. And
we done a poll to know whether the voters are happy. I mean, there's no
because there is increase in participation. There is increase in vote cast in the previous election.
Sorry to interrupt you, Professor.